Hey guys, so I made a board game. So to begin with, crazy week, crazy people, crazy kids. One of my kids took over 120 pencils from me that were scented pencils, and we still don't know where they are. Crazy. But since I didn't get a lot of material from for teaching, so what I do is I teach at an elementary school for first graders. I help kids who need extra help, right? So we're given a lot of games to help them, but all I'm given for math is Kaboom. I lately have been doing like all sorts of combinations instead of doing Kaboom so they can get a break from Kaboom and do something else. But they're gonna start to get tired of that too. So I made up a board game. Because English also has a board game, but math doesn't. So I made up IGMAS, which means equal to, greater than, less than, missing numbers, addition, and subtraction. I'm going to tell you about it. Also, give me some recommendations if you want in the comments. But this is what the rules are. To get to the end by doing subtraction, addition, greater than, less than, equal to, and missing numbers. Here's how to play. Roll the dice, and what number you get is how many spaces you move forward. Each time you land on a space, you will do a math problem, but there's a catch. Some spaces have things to help or to be careful of. So here's what to look out for. Flowers and fruits give double points if you answer the question right. For example, if you have a question worth 200 points and got it right, you get 400 points. Bugs are a little bit different. There's bugs right here, by the way. I'll show you the paper. Don't worry. Bugs are a bit different. When you land on a bug, you roll your dice, and whatever number you get is how many points are subtracted from your count. Example, if you have 500 points and you landed a 1, you have to subtract 100 and have 400. Yeah. If you have no points, you must go back to the beginning. Also, be careful of the tired mama bear, the sleeping baby deer, and the busy fish. If you're too loud, you'll disturb them my kids tend to get excited and get a little loud, and my teacher that I work with is normally teaching the class on the carpet or something, like with other kids, and they raise their voice very loudly, and sometimes it's not even, I say shh, whisper, but they're not even whispering sometimes. They get so loud that it distracts other students. So here is how I'm going to fix that. If you're too loud, you'll disturb them, which means you will re-roll the dice, and whatever number it lands on is how many spaces you go back. If I have to remind them too many times, one of them, if one's being very loud, they're gonna have to go back a few spaces. You can choose how hard your questions are, because I didn't want a range, because flashcards make me restricted. So if I'm not so restricted, I can choose what questions I can ask them. If they're easy, they are worth 200. If they're medium, they're worth 300. And if they're hard, they're worth 400. And if they're super hard, they're worth 500, which is probably 100 minus 82, which I wouldn't even know. So, one more thing. Where you land, you will have a color. Based on the color is what type of questions you'll be asked. Here's the colors. Pink is addition, blue is subtraction, purple is missing numbers, and green is greater than, less than, and equal to. I was going to do division and multiplication, but first graders don't learn that. So instead I had to kind of work around what they work with, and I've seen that they work with greater than, less than, and equal to. They work with missing numbers like 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, removing the 4 and just telling them 2 blank 6 8, and trying to let them figure out the blank, and then they do subtraction and addition, obviously. So I'm going to show you the paper now. Here we go. So here's the paper. Like there's a worm, there's a tarantula, there's a bee, there's a ladybug. Those are what you're looking out for because then they'll send you back. But here's like the strawberries, the flower, the blueberries, and the other flower. Those are double points where you can get ×2. But here's the busy fish, and here's the bear, the mama bear, and here the tired mama bear, and here is the baby deer. You want to be very quiet or else, you have to go back. And then here's the colors, like subtraction, I think. Yeah, subtraction is blue. Green is equal to, greater than, and less than. Addition is pink, and purple is missing numbers, and I called it that. But that's like what I thought of doing. If you guys have any recommendations, that would be great. But just wanted to show you. And we have a die. I was actually really sad that the colors didn't come out because they were really pretty. But there's a lot of templates online that you can do to do this. I did slides for this, like Google Slides for these two because they're sideways. And then I did a Google Doc for this one so I could type out everything I wanted to say. So this is like everything. I hope this helps if you needed some inspiration, if you're a student assistant just like me, or if you're a teacher that needs some inspiration for something to do. But these are some things that you can do to help them be more intrigued on learning and less bored with repetitiveness. So I hope they like this because I actually was spending quite a bit of time making sure that this looked nice and everything, and I colored it in and everything. So, and I taped it inside. I only taped one part of the outside, but the rest is taped inside, so they better be grateful. But I hope you have a great day. Thank you for listening to my little teacher rant here. Have a blessed day, and thank you so much. Bye.